Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the video. I am Austin, aka DJ Dog 3K, here with my friend John DeGuano, aka Bird Bomb Gaming, and today we got a debate show bringing back a classic John and Austin talk show. Johnny, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm ready for this. I missed it a lot. I know people have wanted this and will love it, so I'm ready to go.
It's been very hard trying to figure out how to do this wirelessly once we both moved away, but it's not going to be the same with having us both in person in studio, but it's still going to be awesome.
Oh, it's definitely going to be good. Yeah. It's a little bit better though. Neither of us get too heated. We don't, grab each other, throw each other against the wall. It's gonna be fun though. It's definitely exciting. It's definitely exciting.
We are both very busy. We would love to do this every week, but I don't want to promise every week because I have a lot going on. You have a lot going on. But if we have the time, we are definitely going to get this out there as much as possible. I think we both agree on that.
Oh, of course, yeah. Once a week, or if we can't, then we do once every 2 weeks. Whatever ends up working out. We do have work to do. We do have stuff going on. So obviously, we can't get this going all the time. But whenever we can get it going, it will be good.
So, Johnny, you choose the topics. You choose the order.
Well, right now, one thing I really want to talk about, since it's looming around the corner, in fact, tomorrow, is the Super Bowl, Rams versus the Patriots. It's going to be a very big one, especially with a lot of the stuff that is surrounding the not only Patriots game, but more importantly, the Saints and the Rams game. So, one thing, which is number one on my list, is who do you got winning? What's the numbers? And what are you thinking? Why are you thinking they'll win?
Okay, so I went on MyBookie, not a sponsor, but MyBookie's handing out sponsorships all over the place. So MyBookie, hit me up. I love your website. MyBookie has the Rams as a 2.5 point underdog. Last time I checked,
2.5 point.
2.5. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're going by the line, I like the Rams by 3.
Okay, by 3. What do you think the final score is going to be?
It's going to be very high scoring. I could see it being 28, 31.
Okay.
But I don't think the X factor for me is going to be the Rams defensive line. I don't see a scenario where if Aaron Donald gets 3 or 4 sacks that the Rams lose this game. I think between Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, they're going to be your X factors. I think if they get to Brady early enough, the Rams will win the game.
Okay. That's nice. I like that. Yeah. Honestly, I have the same opinion. I think the Rams are going to win. However, as much as I'd love to say it's getting knocked down to a field goal, I honestly think that when the Rams win, I think it's going to be by a touchdown or two. I don't think it's going to come down to the wire. I know both the championship games did, and there were reasons for that, obviously. I just think usually Belichick always has a plan, but as we've seen for the past 2 Super Bowls or 3 Super Bowls, it's always been high scoring, really early, usually by the opposing team, and then Brady tries to make the comeback, and obviously he did that in the Falcons game. He's gonna try. He tried to do it in the Eagles game, and he's definitely gonna try to do it in this game. I just think that they're not expecting something. The Rams are doing great. Todd Gurley's gonna have a great running game going on. And that's something you're going to need. Between him and C.J. Anderson, there's going to be nothing. If you can't stop the running, that's it. I don't think the Patriots defense can stop their run. I don't think they're going to be able to stop the pass. They couldn't do it against Kansas City, who had a second string running back in too. So I think it's going to be hard for them. And then not only that, I think Tom Brady is going to have a little bit of trouble. Obviously, you just said Aaron Donald, or one of the best, if not the greatest right now, defensive players making great sacks. So I'm putting him up there with Von Miller, J.J. Watt. Like, he's up there. He's definitely doing work. And Sanu right around the corner. If you have two guys like that barreling down, I don't think the O-line's got anything to defend. But my opinion for the score is I'm thinking, personally, it's going to be 38-31. I think that's the score.
Do you see a scenario where, like, Todd Gurley runs for 100 yards and the Rams still lose this game? Because I think Todd Gurley was, like, non-existent in that game against the Saints. And regardless of whatever you think about that game down the line, they still won that game. I don't think that Todd Gurley could have a bad game and the Rams win. Do you see a scenario where Todd Gurley goes over 100 yards plus and the Rams lose this game?
Well, number one, no, I don't. Well, actually, one of the things I think he could go over 100 yards and lose. The issue is he's also a high touchdown running back. Anytime he runs, he usually has touchdowns added onto his bracket, whether it's one or two. I think if he doesn't have one or two and he only runs 100 yards, there's a big issue there. Unless C.J. Anderson picked up the touchdowns or it was maybe a good throwing play, he could get 100 yards and the Rams could get stuck in the, stuck in the red zone and they just don't score. Or maybe they just get a field goal. I can definitely see a scenario where Todd Gurley brings them down there. And if he doesn't score a touchdown, C.J. Anderson better pick it up. Otherwise, it's not happening. So I do see a scenario where it happens. However, also, though, I think Todd Gurley can have a bad game. And C.J. Anderson picks up that slack and runs just like he did in the Saints game. And picks up those touchdowns, picks up those yardage. And I definitely see a scenario. But do I think Todd Gurley is going to be restricted and not run well? No. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to run well. And I see a scenario where it can end badly. But I don't see him or the Rams having much trouble.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I think Todd Gurley has to run the ball well, though. I don't see a scenario where C.J. Anderson goes off in this game. I think the Patriots will take C.J. Anderson out of the game. First off, let's just say, big props to C.J. Anderson for making this comeback.
A great game, 100%. He played wonderfully. He showed up where Gurley was not. And honestly, regardless of obviously what happened in the Saints game, I do want to get to that eventually, but we'll talk about it a bit later. Regardless of what happened in that game, he stepped up, and if he didn't, they would have lost that game, 100%. Obviously, other calls happened too that fucked it up a lot, but C.J. Anderson just being there and showing up and playing well was definitely a really important part of that game.
Now, on the flip side, let me ask you this. Is there a scenario where you see the Patriots holding Todd Gurley and C.J. Anderson under 100 yards and the Patriots end up losing that game? Do you think Jared Goff is good enough to win this game if the Patriots hold both Gurley and Anderson under 100? Because I picked the Saints. I like Drew Brees. I really thought that Drew Brees' experience and Jared Goff's lack of experience would definitely show up in that game. Do you think that if it comes down to it and Jared Goff is forced to win the game for the Rams, that they end up winning it? Because I don't think with Tom Brady's experience and Bill Belichick's experience that can happen.
Yeah, well, honestly, no, well, we saw it though. We saw it in the Saints game without C.J. Anderson. It probably would have been a loss. The Rams could not pick it up. They did not play well. The defense definitely didn't. Like, the defense showed up a little bit. They had some great plays. Honestly, that's what kept them in the game. But even then, still, they just didn't play well enough. Jared Goff definitely didn't play well enough. Woods and them did not play good. Huh?
I'm sorry. I'm looking up Jared Goff's numbers in the NFC Championship game.
I think he threw like an interception or two, didn't he?
He had a few.
Yeah, so like, and the same on Saints side too. Let's be honest there. Saints defense definitely didn't stand up, especially in OT. And as much as I love Drew Brees, and I'll agree with you, I picked the Rams to win personally. But as much as I love Drew Brees, no matter what happened with that final call, and we'll get to that. But no matter what happened with that call, during OT and you get the ball first and you can't score with Michael Thomas, with Alvin Kamara, with Mark Ingram, and you don't score.
He threw an interception.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I don't know how you don't score. And it doesn't matter if the Rams defense stepped up and beat them there, right? That's not what I'm talking about, though. You threw a terrible ball. It doesn't matter what happened. You threw a terrible ball. You didn't even try to run the ball. You tried to go for a lot of throws. You had to go to third down a lot of times. That's not the Saints offense that you should see. But anyway, getting back to the actual question, I think Jared Goff's inexperienced still. I think it's going to be very tough for him to actually be able to step up in this game and win the team without running. I just don't think he knows how to lift a football team without running when they expect the pass every time. Because if they expect the pass and they can stop him and they got everyone covered and he can't get that ball out of there because he's still inexperienced, because we saw it against the Saints defense every now and then. He was clueless. He threw the ball away a lot of times because he just could not throw it to anybody. If that happens again, it's not gonna work well. So yeah, I can't see a scenario where C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley both run up for under 100 and somehow the Patriots still lose that game. I don't see that. I don't think Jared Goff's able to. As much as he's played well, the running really helps you out a lot. And I think without the running, there's nothing. There's no way. There's no way Jared Goff's going to win.
Yeah, I definitely think that this game is going to be one with the best running game, which, as much as we want to talk about Tom Brady, that three-headed monster that they formed at running back has been pretty impressive.
Honestly, it's been beautiful.
You know how that is with Rex Burkhead winning me our fantasy game. and that,
oh my!
And OT.
That hurts so much. Oh, jeez. Actually, I have a question for you now, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we know Bill Belichick. We know what he can do in games, and we know how he undresses teams, and he makes them look foolish.
By the way,
we know how. Yep.
Regardless of scandal, Bill Belichick's top 5 best coaches in all of American sports.
100%. 100%.
He's up there with. You could put him up there with Joe Torre.
Yeah. Honestly, you can.
Okay. Anyway.
Well, so here's what I'm thinking, right?
Actually, we'll have this debate. I want to have that debate with you later.
Yeah.
The best coach debate is a good debate.
Yeah. And one of the things I want to talk about real quick is that. One of the things I want to talk about real quick. Yeah, I don't know why he's rushing in. One of the things I want to talk about real quick is the fact that you have the thing where you have Belichick. Okay, so give me 1 second, okay, man? So you have the Saints defense. Sorry, not Saints. You have the Patriots defense, right? And this year, one of the things I'm looking at right now, right? They've given up 312 yards per game. Okay, that's how much they've given up.
Total offense?
I believe that's total offense.
Okay.
Rushing wise, however, and this is something that I wanted to look at because this is something that I see. Rushing yards given up on average, yards per game, they're at 30.
30 yards per game?
30 yards per game.
That's not right.
I'm looking it up right now. It's on team stats, man.
Keep going, man. I'm looking.
They got points. They got points at 27. They got yards at 393. They got passing 266. Oh wait. No, wait. That's offense, and then defense is
30 yards a game.
Sorry, it's not 30 yards a game. What the? Oh, that's a quarter. Sorry, I looked at the website and it was like, show me, and I'm like, oh, this is cool.
There's no way they only give up 30.
Yeah. Sorry, I messed that up. I didn't. I was looking. I really didn't see that though.